Well, welcome to a very unexpected video. Now, as some of you may remember, Frimley Phoenix is the Surrey hub for VI cricket. And whilst we attended the charity lunch last week with Jonathan Agnew, I was very fortunate to interview a very special person. Hassan Khan is an ex-England and Surrey blind cricketer, and he told me why blind cricket has been so beneficial to him and why the work that Frimley Phoenix is doing with VI cricket is so important and why we as a country should be taking more interest in it. Hope you enjoy.
Cricket's always been a vehicle to bigger and greater things, and I think this is an opportunity with Frimley Phoenix to create something new and to create something for younger pupils as well, because I think after COVID we've sort of gone backwards in that we're back on our smart screens, we're not getting out, there's not a lot of physical exercise, we're not communicating or commuting or indeed even socialising to the levels that we were. So I think it's a fantastic project and I for one cannot wait to learn more about it and get involved in it.
Oh, it'd be great to have you. What direction do you think would be the best thing to do to try and get these kids out?
I think, yeah, absolutely. Look, Henry, it's a battlefield, it's going to be a huge battle because it's all about what the setup is at a very beginning level, grassroots, what I like to call. And that's basically, the battle starts with talking to parents, guardians and teachers. It's convincing them that something like cricket is, as a sport, an activity that their child should take up. And then you have to explain to them through using examples. I won't say such as myself because that would be just not right. But you use examples and you show those parents, guardians and teachers that, look, this is what cricket's done for England women's team captain or for Hassan Khan or someone else, how it's changed their life. And it's not just about going out on a Saturday or a Sunday and spending 4 or 5 hours in the field, but it's actually about learning to be independent, having those transferable skills, learning to how to go away to university, living away at university as a blind or visually impaired person, travelling abroad on your own, travelling on the underground, the train. There are a lot of battles and barriers that blind and partially sighted people face in their daily life, and taking up cricket, it really challenges your perceptions and thoughts, and therefore, once they are challenged, and if you're ready to take those challenges on, you excel.
It was in Pakistan, wasn't it, that was it that you first got into cricket?
Yeah, it's a weird kind of romance with me and cricket. I mean, my family, being from a Pakistani background, are crazy about cricket. They live, eat, sleep cricket. But when I lost my sight suddenly at the age of 3, back in Pakistan, living in a village at that time, about 200 people, cricket was no longer the focus, because once I lost my sight, I was told straight away, you do not pick up a bat, you do not kick a ball, because you're blind and your potential in life is basically zero. The best you could be, and this is what I had to hear, that once your parents pass on, you could be a beggar. And hearing those kind of things at that age is tremendously demoralising, and it destroyed me. But then, to cut a long story short, once my sister lost her sight from the same condition 6 years later, I found myself flying into England for what was going to be a simple medical checkup. And what it turned into was a field of opportunities. And by my own admission, I took up cricket at the age of 17, which is really late. I'd love to see kids at the age of 3 and 4 picking up a bat. Yeah. But just to touch upon what cricket did for me, at 17, I rocked up to a cricket club for blind and partially sighted people, just by accident. And I turned up to this club, and there were these 30, 40, 50-year-olds, not just playing cricket, but again, talking about their lives, wives, jobs, kind of things that I only dreamt about in my bedroom. And it's happening. These guys are achieving it. And I thought, bloody hell, this is a new type of education for me. This is almost better than going through schooling, because I've now been educated in a different way. And once I'd been picked to play for that cricket club, Metro, a year later, I found myself playing for the England blind cricket team. Now that was a right shock to the system. And anybody will tell you, oh, blind cricket, is there an international team? Well, there was a huge setup of international team. And since then, Henry, I've played in 3 World Cups and 2 Ashes, and I've been so fortunate. I have to pinch myself because, you know, that boy who was lost and going to be a beggar was now travelling around playing for his country, for England.
Out of interest, how for us laymen that could only ever dream of playing for England and playing in an Ashes series, what's that feeling like?
Oh, easy, mate, easy. I think anyone can turn over an arm. I can't describe it. I made my debut and got my first cap at the age of 18 in Sri Lanka. Just that feeling. Every time you say it, it's the hair at the back of your neck. You pinch yourself moment. The boy in the sweet shop. All the puns in the world. It's incredible. Okay. The expectations of me when I had sight, even at the age of 3, people said, "Oh yeah, he's the son of my dad, who's a great cricket fan. He could go on to play cricket for Pakistan." But there I was with a different opportunity, with a different country that I'd adopted, and I think the greatest moment for me was my first World Cup, which was in Pakistan. My first game was against Pakistan. To this day, I can never describe that feeling. It was immense. I have never felt so high.
Yeah. And how do you feel opportunities have changed since you started playing, and also where can Phoenix go with our plans for the future?
I think thanks to social media, to the internet, and to more work with different foundations and different organisations, there are far more opportunities out there than there was when I started. So when I started, I think there was like 7 or 8 teams. Now there are 16 teams. You know, you've got clubs who've got paid members of staff, coaching, managing. And as for Phoenix, I think what it requires is patience. It requires hard work, and you think that I'm pulling these words out of nowhere, but and these are obvious words, but it really does. And perseverance, because if you pursue this and you pursue it to the fullest and to the end, there will be positive results. I think it requires a lot of hard work, and there will be, and Gary knows this, there will be fallbacks. There will be years when you don't have many cricketers, and there will be dark moments. But it's how you rise from those dark moments, and it's how you carry on and battle on, and you think, right, we're going to carry on with this. We're not going to give up. Just because we got 7 cricketers this year, we're going to double that next year. Yeah. It's just a lot of hard work, and you can't do that hard work without people and resources. And if you have those 2 things, then you stand a good chance of succeeding.
Have you any anecdotes from when you were playing?
Yeah, of course. So, like in my first World Cup, I won't lie, I love a bit of sledging and a bit of chat. I'm always like close up to the bat, so I'm one of the closest fielders in the world now. Like 4 or 5 yards away from the bat in the international game, it's hell. So when we played our first game, 18, 19 against Pakistan, they realised that there's this team, and I was the first Asian player to play for England, first Pakistani. I'm playing against them, and they are peppering me, hitting me hard, left, right, and centre. I'm having a bloody good day in the field, and they said, "Nah, don't worry." They say in Urdu, "Don't worry, keep hitting," and they've got good hospitals in England. And so you got banter like that, and I was just like, yeah, because you didn't give me a chance. So you have that banter, and the Aussies obviously love giving us banter, but in fact, at World Cups, when the Australians turn up, they'll play their B side against every other team to play their A side just against England. Like, why would you do that on tour? But they do that and then still lose by 150 runs, and it's hilarious. And of course there's banter on the bar and in the ground. Blind cricket is just like your mainstream cricket. Same banter, same sort of chat around cheating and runs and catches dropped, all sorts. It's a great thing, and it's a shame that we don't cover it as much in this country. Whereas in India, you've got World Cup finals, 30,000 people attending.
I've had a whole year, but I haven't got Gary to sit down and have a chat about his ambitions and.
But I've got nothing but praise for this man, because I mean, whether I'm being recorded or not, I genuinely, what he's done for cricket, and yes, maybe he'll correct me, but maybe it was because he has a visually impaired daughter, so he has invested interest. But that invested interest he took to other pupils around Surrey and changed many lives.
What cricket does for visually impaired people, that's a big sort of motivation. So I always thought about the fact that these guys play cricket, travel around the country, get to Clapham Junction, get the train to Farnborough. I wouldn't do that if I was sighted, but visually impaired people do that. The game's the same, you're never out, the umpire's cheating and all this sort of stuff, the same sort of things that we have in the bar afterwards. And visually impaired people, it really did change what I thought about it, and a real motivation to try and do some more. So yeah, with people like Hass, it's inspiring to do that. So yeah.
When I was playing for Surrey, so Storm was playing with me, and she was 11, 12, 13, 11, 12. I wouldn't say timid, but not a lot of confidence, isn't too right, because you're playing with people much older than you. And, sometimes I'd cover her in the field and help her out, and she'd be, hold this ball, and she's like, what shall I do? I was like, got to throw it into the keeper. From that, little girl to asking me what she should do with the ball in the middle of a game, to now going away to university and living alone and applying for a guide dog, and that speaks volumes about what it's done for people.
Well, there's one time at school where they combine the PE sessions, and they say, we've got both classes together in the hall, so Storm, your vision impaired, you better go to the library. She says, no, I want to play sport. But what she got out of at the weekend, she'd go back to school and go, well, actually, I'm an England player. I have to help an England player. So because Hass is totally blind, Storm would help him from one end of the pitch to the other, where he was fielding between overs. The confidence going back into school and not being the girl who's pitied, but going, I play cricket, and I play cricket with an England player who won the Ashes. That's a massive thing for a vision impaired person to go back into, and the confidence that people like Hass gave her through cricket. And I mean, Hass says, I always talk about cricket teaches or develops your determination, confidence, teamwork. Those are all skills you need in anything, whatever you are. You need those skills. And if that does for a visually impaired person, then it's fantastic. So that's why I got more involved. Meeting people like Hass, it's just unreal. You can't put it down. Once you do it, you can't put it down.
Have you got a message for the current England test team and setup? Where do you think the best thing for them?
Well, where's this video going up on? Because
That's fine.
Because that's a $1 million question.
Well, thanks very much to Haz there for that interview. I found it truly inspiring, and I hope you did as well. And the great news is that he has agreed to join me in commentating live on a VI game sometime during this season. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned to the Frimley Phoenix channel, and here's a little word from him.
Once again, Frimley Phoenix, more than just a cricket club.
Bye for now.
I'm just at the bar, with a drink, mate. I'm just getting the beers in. What do you want?
My MCC membership back.